Hello and welcome to Wolf Room. So I decided, since it's been 120 hours and a lot has happened, let's do another world tour. So this is the new character I made so that I could do the Torch God video. Torch God boss fight with the new character. I also farmed tombstones for a bit. It's pretty nice. Anyway, so let's get into it. So my world name is Poop. Yes, it was made January 25th, I suppose, not 27th. I thought it was the 27th because that's when the earliest sign exists in my world. But I guess the 25th. I'm misremembering. First thing you'll notice is there is now different music here. So post your own favorites in the comments, but my favorite song in Terraria is the Underground Crimson theme. So we're going to be hearing this a lot. Before we can tour the world, we must tour ourselves. Not trying to be spiritual or anything, but take a look at my accessories. I have a Star Veil for increased invincibility. I have the Ankh Shield. Just created this, like, yesterday. Not having any bundle of balloons makes it so I have a lot less vertical, like, I keep saying I'm vertically challenged, and that's why, because I cannot quadruple jump anymore. I'm missing it a lot. It might actually hinder me in my battle against the twins or whoever decides to spawn. It'd be funny if they spawn themselves in this video. So the front door of the house, it used to be right here. This used to be ground level. Not so much anymore. Now the front door is like way over here, next to the subscribe sign. And the front door to the right, depends where you count the end of my house, but I suppose it is right here. So this used to be a cave. Those of you familiar with Terraria's generation may recognize the shape of this, like, thing going down here as a cave. And a pretty big difference from the last time that I did a tour, there's a lot more chests around. And I'm not going to check every single one of these. You can, like, slow down the video if you really care what's in here. But, like, blocks are still in these. I think I have a bunch more of these that I could use. Since I built the banner room, I have a few leftover blocks here. These took forever to mine. I don't know why, like, I mean, we could talk forever about how much I was procrastinating going into hard mode, but it just didn't make sense. Everything took 10 times longer with the tools I have. I have a lot of pearlwood. I don't really have a chest for pearlwood stuff. Kind of a problem. Random blocks chests have just become, like, the dumping ground for furniture that I find. Got Chippy's couch from the first Skeletron I ever killed. It was meant to be. It was like a reward from the gods. I don't remember if this was here last time, but I've only ever opened one shadow chest in this world. It's kind of strange. A few more paintings around, otherwise not too much of a change. We got the banners. I have moved them over here. I have yet to rename the signs or the chests, though, so that's kind of mislabeled. It's in the same order that the banner room is. It's by enemy ID, and missing quite a few banners. It's not impressive at all. Repressive. It's very repressive because I don't have shit. So let's go down first, I suppose. I don't remember how I did this last time. The random chest, mostly just the home for my bottles. Clutter random, we got all the shimmer-related things here that are permanent upgrades. I think I'm missing a few in the chest. This you buy from the skeleton merchant. It increases your crafting station range. Very cool idea from the devs. I love this kind of shit. Fish chest, that's how it looks now. Got a bunch more stuff. So now there's two actuation instances. We got this wall, which goes transcendental. I don't remember the word. Pass through. Not a lot going on in these. There's a few items that I want to combine later. I got the Night's Edge waiting to become the true Night's Edge. Now that I'm in hard mode, I got a few more kinds of fish, but not a lot. You may see a few more cakes around and a few things moved, but it's pretty much the same. Got a mithril block there. This wall allows you to pass through it. Pretty cool. This is a boss summons chest now. This used to just be a guide voodoo doll chest, but then I realized they stack now, which is a really good idea, and I don't know why these don't stack. Please redigit. Fix that. I'm waiting for the mechanical bosses to spawn themselves. Like, they have a chance to summon themselves at the beginning of the night when you have yet to defeat them. And when you haven't beaten them, every enemy has like a 1 in 20,000 or whatever chance of dropping all of the mechanical boss summons. They can drop any one of them. Just kind of moving my mouse over these if you really want to slow down the video, like if you really care what's in any of these, but not too much of value here. I'm not going to check the contents of these or we'd be here for 6 hours, and I have to go to work in like 3 hours, so we don't really have that kind of time. But yeah, you could call it procrastinating again, but I'm just being optimal. I'm not wasting any summons on any of my mech bosses. I'm either going to lose to them, and it's going to waste the summon, or I'm going to have them spawn naturally, lose to them, and not waste a summon. Or win and not waste a summon. I'm just not wasting summons, you know? Like, you need iron to craft them. I don't have a lot of iron. All my iron needs to be going specifically in the refined bars room, which we'll get to. But until then, I have to be very conservative with my iron. Like, I'm saving everything in here so that I can deliver it. Crimtane I actually don't need anymore. I'm saving it up for 9,999 videos because the Refined Bards room is actually done. I don't need any more Crimtane. Gem situation is a lot better. I'm probably going to turn all of these into Gemcorns though. And I'm going to make a Gemcorn farm on the bottom of the world over here. Probably mine this entire dungeon because I'm going to rebuild it over here, but we'll get to that. This is the floor, like the second floor. There's kind of some backstory with these critters that I never got into before. First Lady Goldfish was here since the beginning. I placed this in like the second or first day of playing, something like that. Dora the Explorer Grasshopper traveled many a floor. I think this was like, it somehow was like hopping and it like traveled all the way up through the house to like here, which was the top floor in the first day of me playing. And then Slitter the Snail. This is a typo. It's supposed to be Slither, but it's called Slitter, and that's just canon now. Gatekeeper since before the beginning. So like this door right here, this used to be a cave that led up this way, and then out. So zombies kept coming and banging on this door. So that it was like a cave. It was like two caves. So it was like one going in this way, one going in the other way. This one was a bigger entrance. This one was a smaller entrance. So I had the snail originally here to block the door so zombies wouldn't break it down. So that's what that snail's there for. This is the bathroom, the first bathroom. Got a tree nymph to keep you company as you do your business. Apparently there's poop blocks now. I'm not messing around with that. That shit's gross, literally. Why is there a trash can? Trash cam! I'm gonna keep it just because it's gonna piss me off. And I like doing things like that. Statues. I actually ran out of blue slime statues because I needed the DPS room to function more properly, but we'll get to that, I guess. And we got room number whatever the hell. I think I called this room the Just Kinda There room is what I called it. 2/1/2020. I wonder when I made the Moonglow room. No date on that. But the Just Kinda There room, it's just kinda there. There's a Frisk face up here from Undertale. There's a few Undertale references in this world. Haha, I'm glass. All the item frames you see here are weapon racks, I guess. Whatever they're called. These were weapons that I once used in the playthrough as like a major, like, main weapon. So they're memorialized forever. And the ones in the, just like regular frames here are random. They're just decoration. Got the glass bathroom, very private. I don't know what's weird about this room, the fact that it's made of glass or the fact that the ceiling is made of, like, precious stones. The Shadewood chandelier is also very out of place. I like it. And then we got this room, which I always call the Oriental Room. I still don't know what that means. I should really look it up. It might be offensive. That's my chair. Oh god, he's angry. You can have the chair, fine. Okay, so this is in the Oriental Room, there's this, like, there's a mouse statue that can be activated by this yellow switch. But since yellow switch can only be pressed by not the player, that means the cat or this guy over here, somebody other than me has to hit this. And then usually when the mice spawn, they hit it themselves, so it just creates mitosis, mousetosis. Yeah, shit can get out of hand pretty quick. And then you got over here, this is like a nature room, kind of. You know, if I had a brain, I'd put a sign on every room saying when I made it, but some rooms have them, some rooms don't. So this is a big enough fishing area where you can actually catch things, so I put an item list for the things you can catch here. Close the shitter here. You could go through the toilet. Oh, I moved it, but it used to be where the toilet was. So this is kind of like a sewer system, which makes this the crapola pond. People are crapping dynamite. Apparently, I never knew this. You can bounce on these. The Moonglow Farm, obviously. I'm going to make a bigger one. I'm not sure where, but I'm going to make a bigger one for sure. It's kind of a general theme in the house is you got, like, the Daybloom Farm, and then I'm like, oh, that's too small. Let's make a bigger one. And then you got, like, a Blinkroot Farm, which is in the just kind of there room. It's, like, to the left. You can see over here. And then I make a bigger one, which this room, I have a ton of clay that I haven't even really done anything with. I've just been hoarding it. So I can probably, yeah, like, look at that. I can probably get almost done with that room if I smelt these. It is going to be so nice to finally have a light pet that isn't this dinky little lantern. I plan to mine multiple worlds and collect all the minerals from said worlds for my own selfish gains. So not having enough iron for boss summons, I don't think I'm going to have a problem with that. I think it's mostly just going to be a problem of, that's going to take a while. Well, I had 1,730 clay pots out of that, and that's how much of the room it completed from here to here. So I probably have like 1,000 or 1,500 or something more clay pots that I need to finish the room. And then below the Oriental Room, we got the Granny Smith Room, which doesn't really have any meaning other than that it's a Smith room, and I was thinking about apples at the time. Got lots of shackles in here, some item racks, or like weapon racks. Looks pretty cool. Kind of where the dog lives. He's been here since he showed up. I tend not to talk about him. And here's where the mechanic lives, I guess. Toggle lights with simultaneous cross signals. I don't know what the hell that means, but it sounds cool. All of these walls I'm going to fill with platinum at some point, but right now I've been spending all my money. I only have 35 left at this point. I've gotten a lot of hard mode keys so far. I'm only missing 2 more, I think. That being Frozen and Corruption. Once I'm not spending my money on a bunch of random shit, I'll probably fill these rooms. There's a really overpowered farm that I watched Mappy build that I'm probably going to do at some point. Get like 40 platinum a minute. That's going to make money kind of trivial. And here we got the Critter Corridor. This used to be every critter in the game, other than like 2, but they added some new jungle ones that I'll have to put around. I don't know where I'm going to put them. Well, you can see most things here. What is this? There's a blank sign here. That makes me mad. I guess I put it down and forgot to write on it. I wish I knew when this was built. That would be cool. The original Let's Play, because there was a Let's Play of me building this world that was like 600 episodes on an old channel that I deleted. I just noticed that this wall here looks like the number 5, and it's kind of distracting. Missing the gold butterfly and the gold dragonfly. The gold butterfly is refusing to spawn. I don't know what his problem is. I actually have the other turtle. I just forgot to put it down. Yeah, I only have one of them. It's like the rarest critter in the game. They never spawn. Bam, there you go. Both turtles. Jungle turtle, regular turtle. And we got a space for the golden turtle that doesn't exist. So the Critter Corridor, this is where the cave part of the house finally ends and just turns into one of the giant rooms that I made. That being the jungle biome. Above the jungle biome, you got the mud room. This is going to be a room that houses every single crafting station in the game. So far, I got a lot of them. I wonder what this space is for. I guess the ice machine. Then we got the jungle welcome room. Neat place. I actually built with clay inside of here because, like, this house is supposed to house every single block in the game. At some point in the building process, I want to use every single block that you can use to build with in this build somewhere. Same day, I guess I built the pumpkin bathroom, which looks kind of bad, but I like it. Big house has to have a lot of bathrooms, I guess. So the jungle biome is very treacherous. The enemies that spawn here are overpowered, to say the least. These hornets are strong as hell. God, it's so much harder to dodge without the balloons. Not getting poisoned anymore is very nice, though. This place is huge. It's definitely big enough to take care of any of your jungle-related problems, except for the tohu, the tohu hornets. That part is kind of just an ongoing issue that I don't know how to solve. I swear Lifer used to be able to spawn in here, but I guess not. You need to kill the mech bosses first. This open area is meant for Plantera battles. Ah! Chlorophyte I'm not going to be able to mine till I beat all 3 mech bosses. It works pretty well as a jungle spore farm. And yeah, Chlorophyte is everywhere. It's a jungle biome. This took like 50 hours to build. And then over here we have a very historic find. You can look by the date on the sign. This was in one of the first days of me playing on the world. This was a abandoned house that I found. This is also the location where I fought the first nymph in the entire playthrough, which was like over here somewhere. We'll get into the teleporters later. Those are very complicated. To the right of the jungle biome, you have the refined bars room. And it goes in the standard order you would expect, from the weakest bar to the best, so like copper, tin, etc. From down here, the room looks done, but I don't have a lot of platinum, I don't have a lot of lead. There's a lot of ores I don't have a lot of, which sucks. It's gonna take a very long time. I do have a lot of iron, and I do have a lot of tin, because they're naturally spawned in this world. I kind of got screwed over by Shimmer, because buckets used to take 3 iron to build, and now they take 2. So I had like 2,000 buckets or something that I built back when they cost 3. So I put them in Shimmer to get the iron back as if they cost 2, but they costed 3 when I built it. So I lost out on like 2,000 iron. There's like 4,000 or something here. Like each one of these little rows here is 1,000. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So almost 6,000 iron. Primtane is done, as I said earlier. It's got stuck between a hornet and a hard place. Not much to say here other than I hope they don't add any more bars, but I don't think they will. This is perfectly made so that every bar in the game will fit. I have a bunch of room left. Those are all the bars I haven't placed yet. But I have some more, obviously, other than cobalt. All obtained from fishing for the most part. This world is a cobalt mithril adamantite world, so sadly enough, I won't be able to make the others unless I go to another world, but that's just the nature of the game. That's another situation that I've been talking with at least one person in the comments about, is my meteorite situation. So meteorites fall in this world and they grief me, like the area up here. You can see there's some lampposts missing. Meteorites will fall here, and I'll have to replace the dirt. They used to not be able to grief player structures, but I guess my world is so old that the game is unsure if it's naturally spawned or not. If you have 1,000 meteorite placed in a large world, no more meteorites will fall. And I don't mean bars, I mean like the raw material meteorite. However, I need to finish the meteorite stack in the refined bars room before I can place any of that. So I'm kind of hamstrung into replacing the dirt every time, which kind of sucks. I need about 4,500 more. Each meteorite that falls gives me about 120 bars worth of raw material, so it's gonna take quite a few more meteorite falls before I can finish this room. I'm just imagining finishing the luminite stack, and like, finishing this room took so much fucking wood. You won't believe how much wood is in this room. Like 200,000 or something. And now circling back to the stuff that I skipped, we have above the jungle area, We have the Crimson Farm, kind of. It's a work in progress. I have 2 Crimson Altars. I'm not sure if I want to keep both of them. Do you really need to? I don't think you need to, but I'm just like, once it's gone, and I don't know if I want to commit to that. I plan to have like a bunch of hotels above here and here, this one being flesh blocks, this one being Lesion blocks, which I need the steampunker to do, so that's why that hasn't happened yet. To the left of that, we have the Crimson Farm, which for whatever reason works a lot better. I guess it's because there's more corruption bars. It's very ugly. Ignore it. Since it's by the jungle, Arapaima spawn in the water. It's kind of sad, but you know, it does its job. And then we go to the room above the jungle welcome room, but to the left of the corruption, this is the Penguin Farm. Sometimes there's dye stuff up here that you can grab, and it also kind of works as like an ice biome farm, but I'm gonna have my surface ice biome farm be up here, I think. This doesn't really work as a farm because there's not enough snow blocks for it to count as an ice biome, so you mostly just get like blue slimes and surface enemies instead of ice biome enemies. But once I finish this room, it's definitely gonna count as a snow biome. That'll be so many snow blocks. I just need to get Vadi pixel art in this corner, Link pixel art in this corner, fix this guy because he's looking a little sickly. The Rock Chew got, yeah, crimson on him. So all the blocks that were meant to be a certain color are now affected by the crimson. So he looks different. Looks very gross. This was going to say Boss Arena, but I fudged it up. Made the font way too big, so it's probably going to say Boss continuously in this size, and then underneath it in smaller text I'll say Arena. Referencing an old world of mine, Personal World 2, which said Boss Arena in the Boss Arena. And then above the Mud Room we have the Snow Room. Tiny Shiverthorn farm here, I'll make another one at some point. I finally used the Rubble Maker to put these down. Oh boy, we got ourselves a wheelbarrow full of beans. This slime always gets stuck here, always. It's where the merchant lives because he sells marshmallow. The first disco ball in this world was placed here. I don't know where to put the other ones, but that looks cool. So here's what the upper part of the room looks. It's just a fishing area with an item like loot table here. That's kind of under the nature-ish area, which is where the party girl lives, and this guy kind of chills in the bathroom. Pylon's there for the forest biome. Ice biome pylon is probably going to go like here. That's genuinely scared me. Hard to tell when it's a storm without the music. So this is the ocean biome. I'm just going to kind of show this out of order. Ton of water here. Nothing can really spawn other than seagulls on the surface. Do fishing quests with this guy as much as I possibly can, even though I've done 805 quests, dude. Loadouts are so nice. It's such a good addition to the game. So this is one of the many areas that I've used bubble blocks, and I love bubble blocks. I thought they only would work on water, and I was screwed with lava. They work on lava as well. I think what I'm going to do here is turn this into the Magic School Bus. Can you see the wheels? It looks like a bus. It looks like a school bus. I'm making it the Magic School Bus. You are now the honorary Miss Frizzle. So the plan for this area, I started mining this out before, but stopped, because I realized I'm stupid and I should just go to hard mode because it'll be way faster if I get the drill containment unit. So this is going to be the Abyss from Calamity. I'm going to build Abyss here. Paint sand green for the sulfurous sand. We're going to paint tungsten with bright red to make scoria ore. Take the granite and make that into abyss gravel. It's going to be really cool if I pull it off, but it's going to take a lot of effort. I'm probably going to get bored. Just thought I'd show that off because it's kind of disconnected from everything else. So above the nature area Moonglow Farm, we have the item room, as I've kind of showed you earlier in the video. You could slow down the footage from earlier if you wanted to see that. Wood is kind of suffering right now. The next video I want to make is wooden tables, which requires 8 wood per single table. That's going to be 80,000 wood that I'm going to need, or 8 stacks. We got 2.5. We're not even close. That video might take a few days. So above the spawn area, we got the main room, and then this turns into like a weird welcome room. The cactus chest is just going to stay here for now. The nurse used to live here, but now we got Mr. Smart Slime guy. This is an old sign that I should probably remove because back when yellow marigold stacked to 99, this was the amount of marigold you needed to craft a stack of 99 of every other dye in the game. Now they stacked to way higher than that. Goodbye. So the main room continues up here to the right of this room, which is like just the nurse room now, I guess. Even though she doesn't live there anymore. RIP. This room is just chaos, like the rest of the house. This is the little tiny thing here is a clock. You can use herbs to tell what time of day it is and what the weather is. And even to the moon phases a little bit. Because Deathweed won't just bloom on blood moons, it also blooms on some night phases. Like the full moon, I think? I'm not sure. Tell if it's raining or not with the water leaf. It's just kind of nice to have, I don't know. So amongst the chaos, you got strange plants, swords, like wedding gowns, just all kinds of nonsense. This room continues to the right a good bit. Here we got the Tower of Terror. The room ends right over here. Got this here just for fun. There's like, obviously this will never be used. I ran out of books, so this would all be chaos as well. Big ass lava pit, dude. Yeah, down here we got lava. Pretty cool. This is like a my main lava fishing area. I haven't done it in hard mode yet to get the second crate. Yeah, this is where I would get that. Tower of Terror looks pretty neat. Leads into the Ice Biome Room. These trees do function like trees. Very rare chance of them dropping anything. They do work. What the heck? How long have you guys been living in my house? Day 9070 notices nothing. I used to be called C4H, so that's why that's there. This is where I've been sticking the hotline fishing poles. Some of these chests are very new. And yeah, amongst all the chaos of these that are just chests full of garbage, like full chests of items that are trying to be full chests of items, but they're not actually. They're like single item. These are waiting to be chaperoned to the vault, which I will build at some point when I'm not lazy. Here we have Blue Balled Balloon Machine, sponsored by Flex Tape TM, Do Not Grief. And the hotel actually starts here, but this is what I'd like to call the hotel area. It's kind of just like a decently sized area where NPCs can move in. Bunch of vacant rooms for them to move in. They can move in wherever they want. Bunch of random shit placed everywhere. Generally what I do. My life choices could be questionable. They could not be. Pirate lives there. Tax collector lives here, just because it's kind of just a placeholder area until I have like a main place for them to live. 23 gold, wow. Yeah, those guys are just gonna... I don't know where I'm gonna have the tax collector live, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have the pirate live in the ocean. We'll have a magic school bus down here, and we'll have on the surface of the water, I'll have a pirate ship up here for him to live in. So there are a few spots in the house where I've set up some actuation shenanigans. Side of the Daybloom room is one of them. To the right of the hotel, you have the boss arena. There's another actuation spot right here. Could have just used a door, but I had to be fancy. I love how many fog machines I have. Just look at it. Look at it tremble! Yes, the platforms are Frankenstein on purpose. There's just random platforms placed everywhere, like frozen and granite, and you know, you get the picture. Got cakes everywhere. Each one of these was an individual party that I ruined. Boss arena goes pretty high up, goes all the way to the refined bars room. Got perfect sunflower placement, as well as mana regeneration placement from the Star in the Bottles. And now I have music placement as well. The whole entire arena should be Underground Crimson music. Kind of empty, but, you know, it's a big room. I'm a lazy guy. Probably not going to put a bunch of books in this room. Yeah, there's the far side. You can see the tin that I have right there. Not a lot else to mention here. And I think even though I don't have the balloons, I'm going to be fine. I just need to use the grappling hook more effectively. Like, look how... You have so much mobility with the grappling hook. I just need to get better at using it. The whole ceiling is chandeliers. Yep, that's a thing. That's a fact. Then to the left of the boss arena, above the hotel area, you have two things. Here's the Fireblossom Farm, but underneath that, but above the hotel, you have the Vanity Room. Finished 2/17/2020. And by finished, I mean the room is done. There's not nearly enough mannequins as well as vanity to be considered actually done. So that's all the vanity I have so far. I'm probably missing a bunch of shit. And yeah, the next floor up from the Vanity Room has got two different sections here. The top section so far has been the boss masks. I need to put more of these down, I guess. But it looks like I have everything up through Skeletron, which is nice. Just need the Wall of Flesh mask now. And then I guess Queen Slime is the first boss. I don't know why I'm finding the mechs first. I'm just not used to the Queen Slime's existence. I have gelatin crystals. I just not using them. Then above that, to the left of the Fireblossom Room, but above the Vanity Room, we have the Deathweed Farm. No, officer, it's just tomatoes. Nothing to see here. More chandeliers. Above both of those rooms, the Fireblossom Room and the Deathweed Room, we have the nature area. I really like these. This one is like more of a park theme than a standard nature area. I think I'm going to build another nature area over here, kind of by this pyramid, cut it in half with another pyramid upside down like here, and then we'll have a Dragonfly farm up here, and then a bunch of statue farms here. Cool pyramid thing here. I'll just integrate it into the house. No problem, no biggie. Okay, geez, I had to wait for like 9 days before I could see the sun again. Where do I live? Fucking Jupiter? So this is above the nature area. It's got like a cool design, I think. I think it kind of looks like a note that you would send in the mail. A royal note to the King of England. So the nature area continues a decent way over there. This is like a naturally spawned floating island that was originally a floating lake that I kind of commandeered and started using for my own devices. I don't really fish here anymore. I go and fish over here, and the mushroom one just covers more options at the same time. Pretty cool area, though. Goes all the way across the top of the boss arena. This is a great place to get some dyes, specifically dye material. Yeah, wyverns can spawn up here. It's kind of sketchy, but if you're a true gamer, it won't matter. And above this whole area, there's absolutely nothing. I was wondering if I should put something up here. I probably should. So, cool chimney here. This actually leads all the way down to the very bottom into the like big-ass lava pit dude room. I don't know what else to call that room, like the chaotic welcome room. Like, goes all the way to an actual fireplace. Cool sign there. Nifty picnic table you can actually sit at. I want somebody to sit at this picnic table with. You just spawned in the worst place, didn't you? Joy suffering. To the left of that, we got the Omnitron, which looks cool and does nothing. I guess it doubles as like a fishing area for like a floating island, but I don't know. It's mostly just there to look cool, not do anything. And then all the way up here, got a teleporter, and above that, I really should put something here. Anyway, this is like the Tree farm. Works very well. Trees regrow quite quickly. This is every tree in the game other than ash trees. Starts all the way near the ocean on the left side of the world, which is now crimson. Palmwood. And then you got ebonwood. And then you got shadewood. I fixed the bubblegum. So now it's all shadewood again, with vicious powder, of course. I do not have the contaminator for a while yet. And then you got rich mahogany. Below all that, by the way, this is 3 layers of mushrooms, because I didn't know what else to put here. Harpies used to not be able to spawn in the center of the world. I guess they changed that in hard mode. Skytree Farm, completed 1/4/2022. Yeah, to the left of rich mahogany, you got regular wood, all the way... Okay, hello. I recognize the noise of a wyvern. So regular wood is pretty big. I think it might be the biggest. Goes all the way over here above the refined bars room, where it turns into boreal wood. Goes for a while, which then turns into pearlwood, which leads for quite a while before becoming nothing. I guess the hollowed can spread over 2 blocks, which sucks, because this is supposed to be regular sand, not pearl sand. And I can plant more palmwood here. And then, yep, 3 layers of mushrooms up here as well. I hope you don't want me to go to all these, because that would take forever, and it's kind of self-explanatory. The map shows what it looks like. Just imagine these, except they're different trees. Now let's go over the other stuff that's below there. This thing, which is very barren, is a pumpkin farm. This was all crimson, so I fixed that. It'll grow back slowly over time, and also give me strange plants, apparently. I don't know, pumpkin, I don't like how it works. I don't farm it very often, but whenever I run out of pumpkin pies, I'll do it. And that goes into the mushroom complex, housing, whatever you want to call it. There's a teleporter that leads here, but also a mushroom pylon. This is the mushroom pylon. It used to be over here, but there's already a teleporter here, spawn there. There's plenty of places to teleport here already. Didn't need it there. So now it's up here. Makes way more sense here. This area is kind of just where the guide currently lives. I'm going to move him to Karogar's castle once that is built, which is going to be something like this, but smaller. This one takes up the entire world, but what I'm thinking is something more like this size. Pause if you want to read this, but this is how big it's going to be, and these are the rooms I'm going to put in it. Outer layer is going to be lizard block, and then the next most durable block, and then the next one below that, and then below that, all the way through the least durable block that still requires a new pickaxe, which I believe is Meteorite. And then another layer of lizard blocks, and then a bunch of cogs inside the wall. And the outer walls, where these rooms are going to be, I mean, these rooms are going to be biome controlled to be their own area. Like, you won't be able to tell that you're inside the Death Star. Well, it's not the Death Star, but call it Karogar's castle. Like, the guide's going to live up here in this room, I think. It's going to be a nature-themed room. Lizard Temple is number 2. Teleporter room's going to be in here. There's going to be 100 teleporters in this room. Those are the main rooms. Pause and read if you want. So yeah, that's going to be, like, there. But for now, the guide lives here. The wizard, also not sure where he's going to live. Not really sure where these guys are going to live either. Truffle's probably going to live here at some point, but right now I'm abusing him so that the clothier likes me. So other than the grass here and the grass that hasn't grown, but it will be grown here, we got the main area that I go fishing in the sky. I like it. It catches everything you need. A little boxy, but everything I build is a giant box, so it works. So that's all to the right of the refined bars room. Below here, we have the boss event arena. Still missing an ammo box for here. I've seen like 30 merchants. They don't sell this shit anymore. I swear they removed it. I have not seen it. Every copy of Terraria is personalized, and my copy really doesn't want to sell me ammo boxes. I don't know why. So this is more like for events. Like, you know how main bosses are going to be in here? Here we got like Goblin armies, pirate invasions, March Madness, that kind of thing. Like Pumpkin Moon. These 10 chests are so when your inventory is full, your void bag is full, you can continue picking up enemy loot. Because once all your chests are full and you don't need the item anymore, you're selling it, right? It makes you a lot of money. I don't want to lose out on that money, so they're going in here when my inventory is full. And then I can raid the chests whenever the event is done. And then I can become a gajillionaire. And it's not done like I said earlier, but to the right of that, I'm going to have the Gnome Farm. This area cuts off here. This is going to be for farming gnomes. They spawn behind this background wall. I'm going to have this turn into a house, like this old Crimson biome. It used to be a harbor for evil and villainy. Now it's going to be a home for snuggles and kittens. This is all going to be turned into wood and look really cool. We'll have the ultimate gnome farm. Become the luckiest man alive and then dominate the earth. It's already 1/6 dominated, but you know, I'm coming for their other 5/6. I will own this land eventually. It will all be mine. And then I think I'm going to build like, this is probably where my surf desert biome is going to be. Not the most planning has gone into this, but where the heck are the solar pillars going to spawn? Probably like here, or like here. I don't know. Probably like near the honey ocean, so I can fight him in the graveyard. But maybe a bit further left, which works out. I can fight him in the Dragonfly farm that I'm going to build. And then we'll have another one probably spawn in the jungle. Bit of a height disparity, but we'll fix that. So I'm going to cut this little line off right here. Maybe even keep this room. And then I'll keep this so that I can fight the cultist. Mine all of this, collect these bricks so that I may use them to build my own dungeon. which is a great new feature that they added to the game. And then to the right of that, I think I'm going to have the other 3 deserts. So we'll have the Hollow Desert, Crimson Desert, Corruption Desert here. Or perhaps, this was my plan originally, I'll put the Crimson Desert over here, and then we'll have Corruption Hollowed, regular desert, and then the regular desert will slowly turn into the beach for the Abyss. So I'll have both a regular desert as well as a beach. Serves 2 purposes at the same time. I think it's a good plan. So to the left of the main area, we got a bunch of random chests, like I said. These are mostly just blocks, random bricks, seeds, banners. This room is where I generally fish for surface enemies. And when I say enemies, I mean fish. It's kind of like a mushroom area where this was originally where the truffle was going to live, but then I realized I could do way cooler shit with mushroom biomes. Way more useful stuff, too. So yes, even this terrible fishing area counts for all of this. Same with the one over there. I don't really know what to call this. It's kind of just like old mushroom area with annoying music that I've heard for a very long time. Skeletron Prime, destroy the evidence. So above this area, we have the Enemy Spoils Room, which was made 217 apparently. So this is mostly enemy drops. I'm already up to 125. I can do more battles. Sick. I have 50 black lens. Is that a lot? Gel, I don't have that much anymore. 1,500 of those. Almost 400 of those. 174 of those. 1,700 stingers. Almost 700 vines. 700 spores. I don't fight that many queen bees. A lot of feathers. 191 hooks. 5,000 of those. 1,700 of those. 372 of those. 16 of those, because I fought a bunch of Brain Cthulhu's a bit ago. My seeds. Flinx Fur, I haven't seen one of those in a very long time. Pearls, I lost a good bit, because I needed them for my Shimmer upgrade, but I still have 4 pink pearls left. Tattered Cloth, Fallen Stars are all in my inventory. They used to only stack to 99, can you believe it? Glow Sticks, good bit. Pink Gel, 4,000 baits. I have 4,300 Master Bait. Alright amount of chalices. 5 fancy dishes. I need more of these. Now he's never going to sell them again. Bowls, minecart tracks, flower walls, wooden beams, planked walls, paintings, life crystals, tombstones, forbidden fragments, and then the Stonewall collection. There's over 1 million. Ancient cloth. I don't even remember what these do. Throwing weapon collection. When I have 100 paper airplanes, I will fight Cthulhu. Well-fed items, number 1. Well-fed items, number 2. Bombs chest. I made an alcohol chest. That's odd. Ropes chest. What? Wing materials? Seashells chest. Guess I should play the slots, huh? Chest. I do not have any golden chest, because I am a degenerate. Kite chest. Bullet chest. Torches chest. Souls chest. Cursed flames. I have 1. Ichor. I have 500. Spider fangs. Not that many. Pixie dust. 600. Unicorn horns. 16. Turtle shells. 2. My dirt walls collection. Over 1 million. 769 crystal shards. We got light shards. 26. Dark shards. 1. Frost core. 2. Wooden doors. I just did this video. Go watch it. And we got rockets chest and arrow chest. Got the Daedalus Stormbow recently, and I really need to make holy arrows apparently. That's like the main weapon. This is the first time I've ever used this thing. Don't yell at me. Above the Enemy Spoils Room, we have another nature area, kind of. I like this one, but it's a very small one. I'm gonna make a bigger one, I think. Actuation next to the diamond for some reason. I love this window for this dude to peer out. And we've already seen the Vanity Room. To the left of that, to left of this, to left of those, we got this room. The Armor Room. Yeah, I'm still lacking hard mode ores. I need to do more fishing. Or actually play the game, but we all know I'm gonna do more fishing. Got melee. Ranged, mage, summoner, random, ancient, and wood. Why didn't I make pearl wood armor yet? Much better. Yes, that is a smiley face. More chandeliers. And under that, we got 0-0. This is Spawn. Lane Spores the Truffle. Rest in peace, Lane 4. Even though I have no idea who you are, you'll be remembered. Starting area chest for new players. 4/4/2022. Yeah, there's just random shit in here. Torch God's Favor for some reason. These dudes are not gonna stay here, I hope you know. And above that, this room doesn't really have a name. It's kind of just like the Omnitron welcome room, I guess. I'm so happy Bubble Blocks work with this. It's so cool looking. So the Omnitron's got all these central chambers in the lava. They don't really serve a purpose yet. They look cool though. We can put a chest here, but first you must answer a riddle. Why is there an arrow? I guess because the golfer used to live up here. The golfer and the zoologist lived here and here. And there we got Dressertron. And here we have Home Invasion. So with the addition of Bubble Blocks, we can now access the central core of the water area. It looks pretty neat. I got stone walls down there. There's multiple ways to enter this. The main way I always do is the teleporter, of course, because it's way faster. This area is basically, its only purpose is to collect a marigold every once in a while, or a blueberry if I'm feeling spicy. Yep, you can go in there too. That's a mushroom block. And we're coming to the end of where I put music boxes, I guess. That is honey. That took a very long time. I did not have the endless honey bucket. Very pointless, but very cool looking. It's not completely symmetrical, I think, but it's like pretty dang close. Oh my god, you can even go in the honey if you want. This corridor filled in with walls while dealing with the Goblin army for the 20th time. I hate them so much. And to the left of that, there's kind of just like a tower here that connects with the top floor. Waypoint made to save on time, going back and forth with lava buckets. Glory to the Omnitron. Spoilers, it didn't work. You can sleep here if you want. And then you have the boss trophies room. I believe there's 47 Cthulhu trophies in here. Yeah, there are. So the room holds 100. Each one of these little floor things here, like the separation, that's 10. So it's ordered in terms of bosses, then event bosses, and then fishing. The signs weren't originally here, but then I decided, hey, even though I haven't beaten the boss yet, let's still put the sign here so I know where the trophy's gonna go in the future, you know? I beat the Wall of Flesh on the 23rd. Haven't fought Queen Slime. I have not beaten Retinazer, but I did beat Spasmatism. Damn you, Retinazer! Damn you! But I shall beat him one day. Same with the Destroyer and Skeletron Prime. Goes all the way up till Moonlord, boss number 18. And then it goes into the event bosses, which ends at like 9, I think? No. It ends at 10, Martian Saucer. And then you got the 4 fishing trophies. Got a good bit of these. There's probably a few still in my house that I can't see amongst the chaos. I'm probably going to extend this room a little bit, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. Because this was originally the pumpkin farm, but then I realized it sucks, and I don't like it. And this works way better. So now it's just kind of a pointless room. I doubt they're going to add enough bosses for the entire thing having to be the boss trophy room. That just makes no sense. By that logic, the bars room should be, like, extended to here. I'm going to extend it a little bit, but not a ton. The rest of the space, I guess, is just gonna be a regular dragonfly farm. Because, like, over here, I guess I'll do, like, the sand-related dragonflies, and then here we could do regular dragonflies. And then to the left of this, we have the Weenie Hut Junior jungle area. Here's my main jungle fishing area. This should be everything that you can possibly catch here. It's a pretty decently sized jungle. I'm gonna put some kind of artwork here from Howl's Moving Castle. I just need to remember what the idea was. I think I have a vague clue what it used to be, but I'm gonna use actuators, and it's gonna be a lot of effort. Probably gonna put bubble blocks down here at the bottom of this. This was mostly here to farm water striders and turtles. It didn't work. This is mostly just here to farm surface jungle enemies and farm bamboo, and is an extension to the rich mahogany tree farm, because there's just no critters ever spawn. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It also works as a sky blue flower farm, I suppose. Here we have the honey ocean, which I finished last year in February. I mean, I see these critters, like I see frogs and the 4 new kinds of birds that they added, but that's pretty much it. It's just like a elongated enemy farm, and you can have bamboo, I guess, if you want. Like, you think these guys would cause a bunch of water striders and shit to spawn in here, like the water near them, because NPCs increase the spawns of nearby critters. Is how it's supposed to work, except for a few occasions where it doesn't do anything, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And then to the left of that, we have a floating island that I converted into a honey area. Store all the honey-related stuff in here. It's an okay build. Another very complicated teleporter there. To the left of that, you have absolutely nothing, except for this. I'm gonna build that later. God, the honey ocean is just so massive, dude. Look how big this thing is. It's so deep. Glommer's flower. What? Oh, it's a pet. Don't need that. I'd rather keep the bone key. And then underneath the jungle, Weenie Hut Junior jungle area, we have the extremely cursed hollow graveyard. It's not supposed to be hollow. I'll fix this eventually, but it's a graveyard. It's here so that I can craft the Echo Mist related stuff. All of these say, like, different things. Graveyard of Lost Souls, established 6/11/2020. I don't know, kinda wholesome, bruh. Probably my friend writing that. I am really gonna need more of these, aren't I? Well, for now, it's a decent farm for these guys, but I need a proper surface area to farm them. This is not what they're supposed to be. It's not what it's supposed to be. This is not supposed to be hollowed either. The hard mode bullshit is really coming for me. This can be turned off. I'm not farming anything right now. And then to the right of that, you have the jungle, or like the desert colony, not jungle. We got the desert colonies, I think. Just desert colony. I don't know. These guys are just kind of here. This guy's decently happy, I think. I'm a fucking moron! Nobody told me I'm an idiot. So this area is kind of just, it was originally here to farm dragonflies. It did not work. They never spawned. They've never spawned. I think I've seen one there in like 500 hours. I haven't seen shit. Under that, you got the extremely grotesque Antlion biome. I'll fix this eventually. So, like, what this is supposed to be is it's cut into fourths. One is hollowed, one is regular, one is corruption, one is crimson. So you can get all the different ghouls to spawn. You can get the the biome-specific enemies, and then Lamias have 2 different drops depending on what biome they're in. This is my main desert fishing area. I need to expand the top a little bit and catch some hard mode crates, but other than that, it's pretty much good to go. And to the right of that, we have the Aggressive Mushroom Farm. This area is where I come because the mushroom enemies on the surface drop a lot of money. I need to make an underground mushroom farm still, but this is pretty good for the above ground farm. So spore zombies only spawn on the surface, so you need this biome for that. So yeah, that's my surface farm. I'm thinking of like continuing the house upwards here, but I do kind of like this like underneath a battleship look that this part of the house has. And speak of the devil, he shall appear. There's a spore zombie. First death. And we're back to this area, 0-0. Underneath that, we have the DPS room. There's 3 of them. There's DPS room number 1, number 2, and number 3. Number 3 is the one with the plaid, number 1 is the one with the funny face, and number 2 is the one with the weird stone earmuffs. DPS room number 1 has 1 and 3 targets. The slime is so that your minions actually do anything. I wish that Relogic would make it so that you could have your minion target dummies. That would be really nice. Got a teleporter there in the center of all these. DPS room number 2 has 10 and 5. And DPS room number 3 has 25 and 50. These are mostly here to have a good time whenever I have the Zenith and Last Prism. Otherwise, it is very useless for testing stuff. We can have this guy run through all of them, though, for fun. That was fun. Let's do it again. Or not. So it's a big box. This bottom right area of the box is actually not a DPS room. This is what I call the information room. You got oversights, you got things I want to add, fun facts, to-do list, as well as teleporter notes, because there's going to be 100 teleporters. I'm going to need notes to figure out how to do this shit. I really wish you could edit signs. Like, you can't really, like, if you go to one of these long signs, hit edit, you can't really click anywhere and edit any here. You need to delete the whole sign before you can edit anything. Why? Make it like books of Minecraft. Why can't I edit what I want? Or just, you know, add books from Minecraft into Terraria. There's a few things Minecraft doesn't have that Terraria has, and like 1,000 things Terraria has that Minecraft doesn't have. But the 4 things that Minecraft has that Terraria doesn't have are all things I really wish existed. So to the left of the Oriental Room, as well as just kind of their room, but underneath the Blinkroot Farm, as well as the Mushroom area, we have the Welcome Room. I make a lot of Welcome Rooms. I think it looks pretty cool. Got mud windows, even regular windows. Underneath that, we got the Waterleaf Farm, which will then lead into the DPS room. Specifically DPS room number 1, which actually itself turns into a room. We got random alcove thingy here, as well as the chair worship room. This was made before you were able to sit in chairs as a preemptive measure to show our gods worship. There's also this abomination living here. I don't know why pest control won't call me back. This wall should probably actuate. And to the right of that, but below the welcome room, you got the long drop room. Break your legs there if you want. Hey, look, the critter corridor. All the way down here we have Pain. Who is it? I can't come to the phone right now. I'm filling up 1,000 gallons of water. Alright, this better be good. No telemarketers. So at the bottom of the long drop room, this is my underground fishing area. You don't really need this anymore. It also doesn't even work. It counts as a jungle fishing area, so you have to go up here to make it into a regular biome. See the water chain? I never go here anymore. Every enemy that you can catch in the underground, you can either also catch them on the surface, or you can catch them in the cavern layers. So I just go to one of those two instead of going here, but it's still here. So here we have one of my favorite things in the whole house. This is what I like to call the deep dark, inspired from Minecraft. You got wood walls that go into rainbow. It's kind of a rainbow, not really. And then eventually it becomes gray bricks. And then once you get far enough down, it'll turn into stone slabs. And that goes all the way down here, where it eventually turns into bubble blocks, which I love. I'm so happy this works. So to the left of all of this nonsense, we got even more nonsense. Big surprise, right? This is the Moss Realm. I'm a dumbass. This is the main entrance for the Moss Realm. One of the, like, 6 bone keys that I have. Hey, if you don't believe me on that, there's 6 kills right here. But yeah, this is the moss that I got so far. For the Moss Realm, this paint scraper is extra. I also carry one everywhere I go. In case I see moss in a world I'm raiding, I'll have this on hand. So we got brown moss. Goes all the way over there to the Antlion biome. Then we got green. 2 layers of each. Then this is new, I think, since the last time I did a world tour. This is blue. We have purple. And then there's 4 layers here that have nothing. The only one I'm missing is red for this section. Lava moss here, all the way across. Also on the ceiling, because why not? And yes, strange plants can spawn down here. As well as mushrooms. And here we get into the annoyance. The hollowed being the hollowed. Why? I have so much to fix, oh my god. But for now, it's an actually decent crystal farm. Gelatin. So other than me getting distracted by crystals, we have a few of the glowing mosses that they added. I think one is argon, one is neon. I forget what they're called. But here you have the glowing purple one. Violet, I guess. They're both kind of purple. I don't know the difference between the 2 colors. I'm a color fake fan. 2 layers of each. This really is annoying. And up here you got helium moss, which is rainbow and obtained through shimmer. So this is way too many layers. There are not that many kinds of glowing moss in the game. But whatever glowing moss, like, is blue, whatever that one's called, I'm probably gonna have to go along all the walls on the outside, like, this is stone down here that got turned into pearl stone. Blue is my favorite glowing moss, even though it's my 3rd favorite color. And this goes all the way up, all the way to the graveyard, kind of. Got this weird hallway underneath here. I'm gonna have so many queen slimes. If none of them drop a trophy, I'm gonna be sad. I like how the mech bosses are scared of me now. Boss Realm, established 12/7/2021, finished 1/5/2022. Pretty quick. Only like a month to finish this giant thing. I burned myself out so hard. I was working so hard to get this done. And then to the left of the extremely cursed Pearlstone Graveyard, we have the Hall of Crates, which I put a bunch of copper coins in for some reason. And then silver coins, filling something inconspicuous. My right ear is being humped by a unicorn. I almost said a reindeer, so please go away. So you can kind of see what the plan is. I'm going to have all wood crates up here, down to this row. 2 rows of iron, 1 row of all the ones that are more rare. This one is the pre-hard mode hollowed crate, which you can either get by shimmer or by bringing hollowed to a pre-hard mode world and then fishing there. Not as many pre-hard mode as there are hard mode, because I made this kind of recently, right before I went into hard mode, and I really wanted to be hard mode, so I went hard mode. Didn't do much fishing when I was pre-hard mode, did a lot of fishing, and still will be doing fishing in hard mode. Another teleporter there, very discreet. So I'm trying to get this done before I do much of anything else, because the titanium crates, these drop a lot of good stuff. I need 2 more titanium bars from these crates, because it's an adamantite world, remember? And then I can make a titanium pickaxe. Which doesn't mean shit, but maybe I'll one-shot Pearlstone, I don't know. Only 3 more rows after the boreal crates, so I don't know what I'm going to do with all this space, but I guess I'll leave it here in case they add any new crates to the game. So this is kind of like similarly to my original house design all the way over here, where it's like impossible to tell on the map, but that was originally a cave. This was originally a cave that I am now editing to be filled with copper coins. Like I said earlier, I'm probably going to put a bunch of statue farms down here. Probably going to have Dragonfly Farm here, nature area here. Don't know what I'm putting above that. Maybe more cool shit, I don't know. We got this guy down here, the Goblin. This dude's house has seen better days. It's kind of covered in crimson at the current moment. He has like a hotel all the way to himself. Him and the Demolitionist lived here. Other than Doom and Despair, everywhere you go, pretty nice place. This is where you can see the Daybloom Farm, which is a yellow cross for some reason. This was originally my spider farm, but I think I'm going to remake this. Not just because it's covered in crimson, of course, but because you can actually build these in whatever shape you want now. So I'll probably make it gigantic and like a lot bigger. I used to speedrun Terraria, and I think I'm going to make a speedrun museum and put it up here somewhere. Gonna have the very bottom of the world be all Gemcorn farms. Above the speedrun museum, probably going to be a bit of empty space, and then I'm going to have, similar to how the Antlion biome is cut into fourths, I'm going to have an underground ice biome that's cut into fourths. We're going to have regular ice biome, and then hollowed, and then we're going to have corruption and crimson. Because pigrons give you different kill IDs, depending on which kind you kill. So it unlocks more bestiary stuff, which we'll need for the universal pylon. Probably going to put the ice pylon there so that I can teleport. I mean, I'm going to have teleporters everywhere anyway. Pylons, we may as well have one. If it's available, I'll put it there. Sure. We got to fix this ugly looking guy. And then you have the... I don't know what this is. It's a welcome to hell room, I believe, is what I called it. There's a sign all the way down here. It's a weird room that I made specifically so that this hole would quit falling with lava. Now there's a build here, so the lava is safer. I don't have to worry about it. See? Welcome to hell room. And here you have the wings testing shaft. This goes all the way to the top of the map, all the way... kind of. Goes up to the tree farm. Teleporter here. You can't really see it, but yeah, it's there. So this is all the different heights. This is new, I believe, since the last time I made one of these videos. It's not going to be every single combination in the game, but it's going to be like all the standard ones you see pre-hard mode, and then wings plus bundle balloons like Terraspark. Soaring Insignia gives you infinite flight, so that's going to be no-brainer. That sign's going to be all the way at the very top. I like testing stuff. There's also probably going to be a fall damage testing thing and like all kinds of testing things that you can think of. Like anything in the game that you can test, they're probably going to build a room for it. So that's pretty cool, huh? So the Goblin's house is actually pretty tall. To the left of the spider area, you got this really tall welcome room thing that I built. There's some water steps here just to look cool. You can fish in these too. They're deep enough. I only have 42 fishing power, but it's possible. I should probably make loot tables for this, but I'm very lazy. And up here we have my main cavern fishing area that I was kind of at earlier. Need to add these for the hard mode traits. Otherwise, this should be up to date. Unless there's another like hard mode exclusive thing that I can catch here that I'm not thinking of, but this is not supposed to be crimson. Ignore the fact that you can catch crimson fish here. So I just stand on top of these boxes, which is a sweet spot that makes it no longer crimson. Other than this little area there, it's pretty much all crimson. This little top is a reference to Personal World 1, my first playthrough that I made YouTube videos about. And then above that, we have the Blinkroot Farm, which I showed you a bit of earlier. It's very tall. It's a reference to Asgore's trident. It's almost done. Just got like, I need like 1,500 more clay pots, another stack of 9,999 clay, and this room is done, and then I can start focusing on other builds that require clay. So this box here, this one you can see mined in this outline. This one is going to be under a giant underground mushroom biome. So I can farm underground mushroom enemies as well as truffle worms. We can spam Duke Fishron because I'm probably going to do some dumbass videos where I try to kill them with a mini shark again. So I'm going to need a lot of truffle worms, so bigger the better. And then this outline here, with this little line here, as well as the left side of the wings testing shaft, this little, like, I don't know what to call it, it's a rectangle with a square cut into it, is going to be 3 separate dungeons. We're going to have one for each color, just because I can. And that's going to be cut off with a line going from this point here. Each one of these corners is going to have a line going to the bottom here. And then this is going to be one color, and then this is going to be another, and then this is going to be another. So we'll have all 3 dungeons. This will be a massive project, of course. I'm gonna have to mine probably like 50 dungeons to finish just a single one of these. But similar to the Abyss, which is another massive project, if I finish this, it'll be fucking awesome. And I also have a ton of room to the left that I have not used for anything yet. So using up all this space, I don't feel too worried that I'm gonna run out of building space. I'm like 5% worried. Maybe 10%. The only thing I don't think I've mentioned yet is I want this ocean to be made of lava. That would be pretty cool. I got 19 gelatin crystals. So as far as I know, the only thing I forgot to show was the banner room in detail, at least. I showed the far right side with the teleporter, but I didn't really show the banners that I have. I have a good bit. This is ordered by enemy ID. Huge hole here. Few there. This is mostly all the new event enemies that they added. There's some 1.3 stuff here, and it ends like around here. So a lot of the room is taken up, but there's still this floor down here. I think I'm going to add decorative banners in here too at some point. Not sure where or how. I'll figure it out though. And then I took so long to edit the video that more stuff started happening. Like this, a solar eclipse. And somebody dropped a frozen key, that's cool. Broken Batwing, okay, maybe that's better than the wings I have right now. Does Mothron not spawn in the first eclipse? Yeah, also no Nailhead. Okay. Wow, the Excalibur's good. I should make a video about this item. Another thing that occurred that you missed, I beat the Destroyer, and then I used crystal bullets to make crystal bullets. Well, crystal shards to make crystal bullets. Unreal Mega Shark, Shinomi against the Twins and Skeletron Prime. Oh, is the monster coming through the painting? That's weird. Is that a Ring reference? Well, the only key I'm missing now is the Corruption one. This chest used to be for far future items that I was going to use as materials. Now I'm going to change this to good items. Because, you know, you have those items that are just, you can't put them in with the regular rabble. You should just have a chest for them when you need them, because they're so useful. So luckily there appears to be a benevolent god in this universe. This is better than the Harpy Wings. So with all 3, I get all the way up here. I'd say that's much better than the previous level. This is fun. This just gets crazier and crazier. You can actually visualize the improvements in wings. You know, above this like weird symbol thing here in my original Skylake with the chimney near it, I built this. So this is what I call the username museum, specifically YouTube related, or we'd be here all year. It's all 33.5 usernames that I've made. You could pause the video, you can slow the video down and then pause if you are interested in reading any of this, or go in the description, download the world, and like explore and read this for yourself. Yeah, just keep going. Yeah, there's a lot of them. A lot of usernames and a lot of story behind it. So yeah, this, like, all the usernames I've had on YouTube and their accompanying, like, text is, like, halfway through the room. Hopefully I won't need this other half, but I built it anyway because it looks cool. If you go all the way across here, you can even kind of see the room on the map. I'm gonna make more rooms like this. I like the idea of museums, but I don't know if there's gonna be enough signs for me to do everything I want to do. And now to end the video off, I have teleporters to show you. So these 4 teleporters right here lead to all the other teleporters in the world currently. As I said earlier in the video, whenever I build Karogar's castle, that's gonna have a teleporter room with 100 teleporters in it. That's what these first 2 go to. These are gonna go to the teleporter room. So this first one you could just ignore for now. Doesn't do anything. This is what I like to call Home House 2. This is Home House 1, 2, 3, and 4. Home House 1, Home House 2, Home House 3, Home House 4. So Home House 2 is a 6-way teleporter. We got this, which I put there, and then that coral, which I put there. Same with the gems. I think it looks cool. Top left goes up to the farm of the Deathweed variety, which these 2 don't go to anything. And then top right goes to Fireblossom. Middle left goes to the nature area. Middle right goes to this little, like, chaotic area, kind of next to the left, bottom left side of the boss arena, which this is a 6-way as well. These all do nothing currently, but this top left one goes up here, so I can quickly farm trees if I want. Which, oh yeah, that was another thing that I glossed over. I added a second layer to this, because a lot of these videos that I'm making take a lot of materials, so having a lot of wood is going to be imperative. So this one goes to a bunch of shit. Ignore that. And you got these two bottom ones. Bottom right goes to the dungeon, which itself has 4 teleporters. Bottom left here, absolutely nothing. Home house 3, 4-way. Right does nothing. Left does nothing. Bottom right goes to the snow biome. Bottom left, this should go to the DPS rooms. Yeah, kind of in the middle between the DPS rooms and the information room. This also has 4 switches. Then you get to home house 4, which is a 4-way. Top left goes to the center of the Omnitron. Top right, Refined Bars room, right? Yeah, Refined Bars room and like the end of the banner room. Now bottom left goes to like kind of the area under the Omnitron. We got like this halberd-esque area as well as the aggressive mushroom biome farm. Then bottom right, this goes to the jungle biome. I use this pretty often for fishing. So this teleporter, the right one, goes even further down to the Goblin area, kind of up here where we can go fishing easily. This one doesn't have anything yet. Right here, this should go, yeah, this goes to the wings testing shaft. So yeah, both the rooms, the Deathweed and Fireblossom room, the switches don't do anything. This one, as I showed, this top left one goes up here. So this right switch will return you to where you were. The left switch will go here to the Omnitron, so you have a shortcut. Top right switch in the Omnitron goes here, and then the top left switch will lead you here to the trophy room. So the dungeon has 4 different switches. Top left goes to this mushroom area. Left there leads you here, which the right one also leads you here. So there's multiple ways for each teleporter to reach each other. It just makes more sense, I think. It's very difficult to remember where these go, but once I will remember, because I will, I'm going to be playing this world for a long time. I'm going to remember where all of these go, no problem. It's going to be very convenient. I'll be able to reach wherever I want. So yeah, left goes back here. Now top right should lead up into the sky. Yep, we can easily farm mushrooms. It's also the end of the pumpkin farm. This is going to be where the desert is here. And then the right switch here just leads you to the angler area, which is also what the bottom right switch does. So we can easily access, there's only 2 switches, but we can easily access this area in multiple ways. You can either access it from the bottom right, or you can access it from the top right, bottom right. Next switch to show is the DPS room, which has 4 switches. 2 left ones don't do anything. The right one just goes back up there to home house 3. Top right one leads you to the Moss Realm, which itself has 4 switches. Top right goes back. Bottom left does nothing. Top right does nothing. Bottom right does nothing. So you can see it's definitely a work in progress. A lot of these only have 1 switch or a few places they go, but not a whole lot. You really got to set up teleporters to do this. If your infrastructure is lacking, you're going to have to walk all the way there when events are happening, like the pirates or the goblins. Those bitches are going to make it so you can't use your Pylon network. So you really need teleporters. So the only one left is bottom left, which is the most complex. Leads here, you can go back if you want, or keep going forward, which is the trophy room. This room has 8 teleporters. We'll start on the right one. Bottom right just goes back. Top right leads you to the username museum. Now top left will show you the way down to the desert, which itself has 2 teleporters. Bottom left continues along the path to this area, which also has 6 teleporters. We got the Hive Island here. Then on to the second teleporter. Top right will lead you to center of the Omnitron. The right switch leads you all the way up here to the top of the trophy room. 2 teleporters here, only 1 switch. Leads you back. Now top left leads you quickly to the Weenie Hut Jr. jungle area. 2 teleporters here, and there's only 2 switches. This one leads you also here. And bottom left leads you to the center of the Antlion biome. Right switch leads you back. So this top switch, hitting right leads you back, but hitting the top one will also lead you to the center here. So hitting the top switch brings you down. Hitting the left switch will bring you back up. So you can go from the center back up to the surface, or back to the trophy room, whenever you want. So that's all 8 of those teleporters. While I'm here, let's update this. I beat the Destroyer last night. This won't be in the world download, because I forgot before I went to bed. Vanquished 4/1/2023. Now that I have the Mega Shark, the twins are going to be very trivial. Next you have the Hive Island, which I forget where all of these go. Top right will lead to the Weenie Hut Jr. jungle area. Top left does nothing. Middle left does nothing. Middle right will lead you to the graveyard, which itself has 4 switches. Those 2 do nothing. Top left leads you back up here. And the only switch left to check, bottom left in the graveyard will lead you here to the Hall of Crates. And bottom right will lead you back to the trophy room. Bottom left goes to the Hall of Crates as well, which itself has 4 teleporters. Those 2 do nothing. Top right, graveyard. Bottom right. So that is all my teleporters that I currently have in this world. There's not anything that accesses over here because I never go over there. And that's the end of the video for real this time. So thank you for watching all the way through, or just clicking on the video. Thank you for the visit. I'm going to probably do one of these every 100 or so hours, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less, depending on how much happens. So definitely subscribe so you don't miss that. Thanks again for watching Wolfram. See you next time.